Hi, grade threes. Welcome to week 6 of remote learning and the first writing lesson for the week. So I think we should be getting pretty used to this routine of what we do with writing on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's going to stay pretty much the same. We're still focusing on openers. So openers this week and last week. So today we're going to just change it up a little bit, and we're going to do the same again tomorrow. So last week we just looked at writing using a variety of different openers, and hopefully some of them you practiced enough to think about using in other pieces of writing that you do. But today what we're going to do, and we're going to do the same thing tomorrow, is we're going to look at using verbs to as openers, because verbs are actually really good ways to start a sentence. So verbs are those doing action words that describe um, yourself, what you're doing, basically, or what your character is doing. I'm also going to use an adverb today as well, which is, again, another really good way to start a sentence. So we've got the same success criteria, and make sure you think about these success criteria. So I can write a simple, compound, and complex sentence. So there's 3 types of sentences that we've been working on. This is the new one. I can use openers that are verbs to begin my sentences. This is another one that we've been doing a bit. I can use punctuation, vocabulary, and connectives in my sentences, the other areas of VCOP. And I can use neat and accurate handwriting, because we're only going to write 3 sentences today. So you need to make sure that you're focusing on your handwriting and making sure it's neat and tidy. And also this stuff, making sure you get your punctuation in. You're choosing some really good words, thinking about good connectives at work, all right, in your complex sentences. And have a look at my examples. Make sure you have a look at my examples. So we've got the sentence types there. So I'll leave that there and I'll leave that up. But I'm not going to go through it today because we've already done that quite a bit. So openers using verbs. So I've got 3 sentences and I've got 1 simple, 1 compound, and 1 complex. So the first one says, "Run," I thought, as a ferocious bear came bounding around the corner. So I've started with the opener of run, and I've put a comma in here as well because it's run, I thought. So it needs to have a comma there because it's a thought that the character was having. I've got 2 really good words in here, ferocious and bounding, and made sure I finished my sentence with some boundary punctuation and an exclamation mark, okay? So that one's a compound sentence because it's got 2 parts. I thought as the ferocious bear came bounding around the corner, okay? The second one, stop, I shouted. So it's a simple sentence, isn't it? Because it's very short. I wanted to practice using some talking marks or quotation marks, so I've got them there. And because it's the end of somebody talking, I need to have a comma, okay? And I've highlighted shouted as yellow because it is better word than using said. Lastly, sneakily, this is the adverb, all right? This describes how I'm doing something. Sneakily, I peered. So peered's actually the verb, so that's why that's an adverb. Into the tightly wrapped Christmas present. Extraordinarily, it was empty. So this one is a complex sentence. I've got the first part here, and then I've got that connective word there, the extraordinary. Extraordinarily, it was empty. So they're 2 sort of separate parts of the sentence, and that's what makes it a complex sentence. So I think we're starting to improve with our abilities to write really great sentences. That's kind of like our goal as a whole group of students. So I really want you to make sure you're thinking about those things like punctuation. They're vitally important to really good writing. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you do all your highlighting. Think about the word choice. Choose some great words. Okay? And I look forward to reading some of your sentences. Thanks, guys.